Dr. Omar Ahmad, Emergency and Critical Care Medicine Physician. As we were preparing for COVID, the clinical aspects had changed in terms of the type of patients that were coming in. There was a bit of a lull initially as well, as people were, significantly concerned about exposing themselves to what they might find in the emergency departments, and we were changing our protocols to how we approach patients that may have COVID. And over time, we had a significant surge in patients, and that surge has continued. From an administrative perspective, it was huge changes as well, because there was endless amounts of preparation being done early on as we were preparing for the pandemic, and as we started to see our first few patients come through, we were burning the midnight oil, getting up for meetings at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then going till midnight often, and then repeating the cycle. We went from periods of extreme fear and anxiety, and we were going into the uncertain. I'm really worried about our nursing shortages, in particular in emergency departments. It's a very, very tough place to work. It's only gotten a lot tougher over the last 2 years. We need to deal with the root causes of why emergency departments are overwhelmed this way. And I think once we deal with a lot of those issues, hopefully we'll have these amazing colleagues come back and work with us in the emergency departments. Saying thank you to our colleagues, or just showing appreciation for our colleagues. The check-ins with each other as well. It's amazing over the last 2 years where, it's sort of routine to say, hey, how are you doing? And you expect somebody to say, I'm fine. You sort of move on your merry way, but it's been very different when I've asked that question, is how are you? And people would say, well, not doing so well. And be like, oh, well, tell me about it. And it becomes a whole conversation, which is nice to have. But those check-ins were always very superficial before, but now people are actually sharing their emotional states and their experiences and anxieties and whatnot. I think that's great. And I think we need to do more of that. I look around with the colleagues that have stayed with us through the last 2 years, and just so proud to call them my colleagues and my friends, and to have that shared experience is extremely rich.